Please allow me to represent myself to you. I practice a most peculiar and risky profession. I'm a genetic robot. The DNA code, that's the biological intelligence, has wired me, fired me, inspired me, wound me up to stand up in front of people and say out loud the things that you intelligent people think but are too intelligent to say out loud. With due praise to the shady lady profession, I like to think that my profession is one of the oldest and most honorable in human history. The first thing we have to do is we have to stay as high altitude as possible. So that we can look down at Rome and at Athens and at London and at Washington, D.C. And then, when the moment is right, at that trembling membrane moment when the present meets the past and the future, we zap down to a place like this, and we tell you exactly what's going to happen. We tell you things that nobody else will allow to tell you, and we get out of town before we get busted. Now, here we have a map of the world which shows that for the last 4,000 years, you know this to be true, civilization, freedom, intelligence, genetics has been moving in an unbroken line from east to west. And you'll notice that California is being split off here. This, my friends, is the San Andreas line. Now, I have a very serious announcement to make. It's popular science time, my friends. The San Andreas line is not a fault. What kind of a left-brain, right-handed scientist would call a line like that a fault? Obviously a fault finder. It's the San Andreas. The geological facts are, Southern California, Southwest California rests on a tectonic plate. It's an enormous slab that is different from North American continent. And it's going to happen, my friends, it's going to happen very soon, that California is going to recede from the USA. When that happens, this is, of course, California, and this is the USA, which is now called the Uniform Soviet States of America. This is a scene looking, that's California, as it will be after we have succeeded from the Union. This is looking east towards Nevada from East Los Angeles. And these, of course, are the boat people. This is the staff of Rolling Stone magazine who were in New York City, who came flying to join us in California when we started to move like a skateboard or a surfboard northward and westward while the rest of the North American continent started to recede. Now, my friends, in the eastern part of the United States, I want you to come out here and join us, because in the next 10 or 15 years, we're going to be moving upward and outward. We're going to start a new society here in California, and we need the help of all the intelligent, freedom-loving people to join us in this experiment. Yeah. Now, I want to announce right here in front of this incredible, intelligent audience that I intend to run for governor of California in 1982. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the state, the sovereign state of California, high into space. It comes as no surprise to you because, you know, I've always been an enemy of gravity. But at the present time, most of the aerospace scientists, particularly the young ones, are assembling in California because they know that the only way up for the human race, the only escape valve, is in space. High orbital mini-Earths. Now, this, my friends, is going to make every California citizen rich, because this is a solar satellite power station, and the very fact that you belong as a citizen to our state means that we're going to be getting free energy down here, and we're going to be sending energy to the rest of the world, because the only way the energy exists is in solar power, which is to be collected up there. Now, but the main function of California, when I am governor and my wife Barbara is empress, is real estate. Believe it or not, my friends, this is the projection which within 10 years after I become governor, this is Haight-Ashbury aloft. This little mini-Earth, which is going to cost the citizens no more than a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house outside any American city, this particular one was self-selected by the people who decided to live together in high orbit. It happens to be they're all bisexual vegetarians. Now, this mini-Earth is made up of the followers of Anita Bryant. Nobody bothers anybody. And this, of course, is Soviet Manhattan, still plugging along without any sunshine. Now, in the state of California, when I'm governor, we're going to emphasize intelligence increase. This represents the new generation of intelligence-increasing drugs, which will be used in the 1980s, which will, among other things, allow a brain-computer link-up and allow you to become as smart or smarter than the dreams of any computer. Now, another aspect of life in California, these represent DNA genetic code scientists who, within 10 years after my accession to office, will provide all of us with a longevity pill, which means that there's no reason why anyone in this audience or watching this program tonight need die. So that, now that we've covered the basic opportunities of a California citizen, I want to get into the economics. When I'm governor of California, the great Central Valley will be hundreds and hundreds of miles of green grass. This is the final tribute to our future. This is my son, Zachary. This slide means to indicate that it's the heritage of every young Californian as you grow up. This is Zachary in front of his own mini world in space. Every one of you should, and your children should have the legacy of having your own world in space. Now, I know that it sounds like I'm a brain-toasted acid head when I say this. And I've never denied brain damage. However, we are now technologically closer to mini-Earths like this in space than we were 70 years ago. If I came before an audience like this and said that in 70, 80 years, every one of you would have your own automobile. That means a self-mover, that you'd be in the driver's seat and you could come and go as you wanted to. Now, in leaving, Barb and I want to say to you that when your moment of truth comes, as it will come in a week, or in a month, or in a year, we hope that you, too, will assess your life, look back over your past, and come to the conclusion that you have had the most loving, harmonious life in history. Thank you, and good night.